I think if people wanted to describe the month of March, I think calling it a roller coaster would be accurate. From March 10th to March 19th, 2 banks collapsed and another got bought out by the competition, so the bank wouldn't be the third one to implode. As a result, people felt uncertainty about the banking system that wouldn't be out of place in the crypto market of June 2022. But in today's report, we're cutting through the fog of the markets and giving you an update on how the Las Vegas market performed in March 2023. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on other social media platforms for more real estate content. Now let's begin. First up is the median sales price. March clocked in at $415,800, which is $1,400 less than February. Year over year, the increase has been marked at $35,800. This marks the first month where we have a monthly sales price that has declined. What does that mean going forward? Now we go to inventory in the Las Vegas Valley. March shows up at 10,191 units, an increase from 10,064 units in March. March of 2022 displayed 6,114 units being available, clocking in a gain of 4,077 more units for sale. As expected, the inventory continues to increase monthly and shows a massive difference year over year. Now we cover pending transactions, where a seller accepts a buyer offer and the transaction goes into escrow. March sits at 33,513 units being under contract, marking a decrease of 937 fewer units being under contract when compared to February. March of 2022 had 50,802 units under contract, which marks a decrease of 17,289 fewer buyers getting their offers accepted. We go from pending to the final stage of an escrow, which is closed transactions. Simply put, these are the number of home transactions that finish escrow and transfer home ownership to the buyer. March clocks in at 34,277 units closing, marking a decrease of 1,424 units when compared to February. March of 2022 sat at 51,747 closed units, showing a decrease of 17,470 fewer units closing year over year. We now go to our final stat, which is median days on market, or in other words, how long it takes from a listing to go live on the market to an accepted offer. March sits at 16 days on market, which is 2 days more than February. Annual gains show a decline, where it took 8 median days to sell in March of 2022. While 16 days isn't bad for the sale of a property, the days it takes for a property to go under contract has been increasing at a consistent pace. Alright, I'm going to cover the notable developments and then give you some trends to look for in the future. The seller's market is still present, but its strength gets weaker with each passing month. Inventory continues to increase at a consistent rate, contract activity continues to decline, and the days it takes for a property to go under contract is increasing. Not to mention, March marks the first month that the median sales price has dropped. Despite all these negatives to the seller market, one factor that has held up the seller's remaining leverage is that inventory is still lacking compared to relative demand, especially with some sellers choosing to wait and new home builders lowering the amount of homes being built. To get the best results, listing at fair market value will give the sellers the best chance at getting multiple offers in the shortest amount of time. For buyers, there are positives. The previously mentioned factors that adversely affected the seller's market all comes together to give the buyers more leverage in the potential negotiation. However, affordability continues to be a persistent problem for buyers due to elevated inflation, and the Federal Reserve stating that they still aim to implement rate hikes. There might be minor breaks in affordability week by week, but nothing consistent has been reported thus far. Now, keep your eye on the Federal Reserve. Predictions for how many more times they plan to raise rates ranges from 1 time to 4 times in order to tame inflation. A good indicator for predicting the amount of times they will raise rates would be keeping an eye on the next inflation report for March, which will come out on April 12th. Well, that wraps up March's market report. If you have any questions about real estate, please don't hesitate to contact me over the phone, email, or any of my social media platforms. This is Oscar San Juan with Vegas Strong Real Estate Group, signing off.